All right, so we have finished the first enrollment. First of all, I want to thank you all. Thank you all for your trust in me, of course. It's a big step to take, so I don't take it lightly. I put in all the work that I can to help you succeed as well. Now, the big question is, of course, what now? We have gone through the videos. We have gone through everything by now. The first enrollment, actually, this is just 1 month of things that we did. Now, what now? If you have established a trading plan by now, then I would love for you to forward test that trading plan. Again, nothing I share here is financial advice, of course. Do remember that. But I would love for you to forward test your trading plan. Ideally, not backtest. Hindsight backtesting to get to know something. And the way you need to use hindsight backtesting is through hindsight backtesting, you are essentially building habits. So, for example, in a flow trading plan, you need to be very aware of the time frames you're using. In hindsight backtesting, you can build that habit. You can build the habit of going through the time frames, being aware, where are the fair value gaps, what are this. It's about building habits. And then essentially, as well, why we don't want to backtest is because that builds unhealthy habits. So only hindsight backtesting, and then most of the time we want to be forward testing our trading plan. Now, be aware that we have a losing curve. We are going to have a losing curve. What does that mean? When we are just starting out, and we are starting out with a fresh new trading plan, we are going to lose. We're going to lose. We're going to lose. So please be aware of that. And don't say I didn't warn you, because you are going to lose. So whenever you lose, keep coming back to this video. And remember what I told you, that you don't need to strategy hop. That is very important, because if you're now switching strategies, etc., then of course it's going to be very difficult. Now, there are instances where you just haven't really figured out what trading plan you do want to use. In that case, all right, go figure out, go switch around a little bit between the different strategies, but keep the core the same. Don't learn any new concepts from out of the mentorship, etc. All the things we talked about, that is important. So it's also important to identify the reason why we are switching trading plans. Because a lot of times I get messages on Discord, etc. I get messages by people and they say, I just feel like this trading plan isn't for me. And it's not necessarily because I'm taking losses or anything, but I just feel like it doesn't really fit my schedule. Then I tell them, because you already came to me to ask, etc., for maybe approval, etc., to potentially switch a trading plan. That already tells me everything I need to know, because that already tells me that you are not in here trying to strategy hop, etc. You genuinely want the best for yourself. That is perfectly fine. But usually when people strategy hop, they don't send me a message. They don't ask me to, hey, can I incorporate this? Can I do this? No. They just do it, and they are sort of, when they get caught in the act, they are sort of course, they feel a little bit guilty, etc. Now, I'm not trying to expose you or get angry at you. I'm always a little bit disappointed, though, when I do see it. I can't lie, of course. As a mentor, you do get disappointed when you do see it. But it is very important to find out the reason why you are switching something. That is important. So, again, if it truly isn't your style and you can't seem to make it work with your time schedule, etc., perfectly fine. Then try different things. But don't incorporate anything else from another mentorship or something, because that won't work. You can't combine it. That is very important to understand. That, again, that is very important. Now, the losing curve as well is you're likely going to start off with losses first. So losing in the beginning, that's why it's called the losing curve, because you're getting used to a trading plan. If you switch around constantly, then of course you can't get used to the trading plan. So that is very important. You need to give it time. Give it time. And giving time, what does giving time actually mean? Give it months. Give it way longer than you expect it to be. After 2 weeks, you can't say a strategy is working for you or it's not working for you. After maybe a year, you can say, all right, yeah, it works, it doesn't work, etc. Of course. The main premise is right here that a strategy works. A strategy works. Every strategy out there usually works. It's just which one do you like the best? That is the thing. And which one suits you the best? And which one won't be detrimental to your psychology, etc. So which one can you stick to the longest? That is important to understand. Now, after losing, you're likely going through a break-even cycle. After a break-even cycle, you are going likely to win, to actually profit. Now, the important thing to understand is if the winning cycle comes first, you will still experience the losing curve later on. So if you pass a funded account and you win a funded account, etc., you make profit, and you all of a sudden experience drawdown. Yes, that is the losing curve. That is the mandatory losing curve that you need to go through. So what I mean by that is usually, or not usually, but when people do experience the winning cycle first, and they then experience the drawdown, they will still strategy hop. Even though they got funded, they got payouts with the first strategy, they will still strategy hop. This is purely a mental game. It is all mindset. So that is why it's so important to hear these little rants that I'm doing, because it instills the right mindset in you. That is very important. I can teach everyone the technicals, but if you can't understand the mindset that you need to have, then it won't work. Then everything here, that all the videos you watched and you're not willing to watch the mindset videos, then everything is futile. Everything won't work. So that is very important to understand as well. Now, eventually, you can go over the funded guide as well. If you don't understand something, so you're still struggling maybe with higher time frame analysis, with execution, with psychology, perfectly fine. If you're struggling with something, then you can still watch the old enrollment videos. From now on, in the next enrollment as well, in the coming months, we will touch on everything that still needs to be touched on. As in, if you felt like something was missing right here, perfectly fine. Communicate it to me. If you don't communicate anything, then we can't change anything. So I always like to communicate. So communicate, because then things can get very clear and we can work on that. So inside the Discord, I also asked, all right, what do you think was missing? Now, of course, this enrollment was mainly focused on hindsight. So understanding the concepts that we're working with, etc. Then in the coming months, etc., in the previous enrollments as well, what we did, we focused on implementing it on a live market. That is, of course, also important. So that is something we will work on. And again, will you understand everything perfectly after just 1 month? Probably not, right? So give it time. Give it time. That is the most important part. Maybe watch all the videos again. Take your time. Watch everything again. Perfectly fine. As long as you need it. As long as you may need. Take your time. Perfectly fine. Don't rush the process. Very important. Now, there is a moment where you think, all right, should I watch another Ario video, or should I now just forward test the trading plan that I have right now? I would then advise, don't watch my video, or of course watch it on the side, but don't implement anything new right there. Just forward test your trading plan, and from there on, you'll also see, all right, I'm missing a break-even rule. Hey, I can implement that. All right, what did Ario say in the video on the break-even, in the execution, in the risk management video? All right, perfect. I can go implement that break-even rule. And then you'll slowly start to fill those gaps as well. As long as you understand that if you're filling the gaps with something outside the mentorship, then it's just this endless cycle of strategy hopping, etc., etc. That is what I need you to be very aware of course. And then eventually, from forward testing, you can always look, and what I would always advise, not financial advice, so I don't advise it, quote unquote, blink. But the thing you need to do, or the thing I would advise myself to do, maybe not you, is risk money. So put money on the line. And that can be a little amount, a very small amount. Doesn't have to be a lot of money. As long as there's some kind of money on the line, that makes it feel real. And demo is great to maybe understand your trading plan. But as soon as possible, try to risk money. Again, keeping in mind, you will likely lose that money. So whatever you can lose right there, perfect. Risk that money. Now, that's me telling that to myself, not financial advice. But that is how I would go about it. And that is because when those emotions are involved, you have better focus. You're very aware of what you should do. You build healthy habits, most likely, because it is real. So that is exactly what you want to do. That is very important, in my opinion, as well. So forward test, forward test, forward test, forward test. And then as well, when you are forward testing, things come to light. So when higher time frame analysis is not that clear just yet to you, that will come to light when you are forward testing. If your execution entry pattern is not that clear to you, that will come to light when you are forward testing. So everything will come to you, as in every problem you might have, that will come to you by forward testing. And then we, the videos, etc., and I can give you the solution if we just know the problem, of course. So that is very important. So let's go problem seeking. We need to find problems. Let's find problems right now by forward testing. And again, that is real money. So that's what I would advise. You can buy a very small challenge or whatever you want to do, as long as there's something on the line. Demo is not something I would advise to do as well. Same for backtesting is also not something I would advise to do. It just stagnates the process. It's procrastinating the process. That's what I feel like. When I was backtesting, I always felt like I am procrastinating. I am just a little bit afraid still. And that is exactly when you need to jump into that deep end. That is very important. So again, there's a whole lot more videos here that are very beneficial to you, etc., that you can use. So I want to thank you all for every single thing that you do for me, of course, because you ask the questions. And if you ask the questions, etc., if you communicate to me what you want, etc., then of course we can work with something. So that is very important. I want to thank you all for this enrollment again. Love you all. Thank you all. If there's anything you need help with, then you can always reach out to me. I'm always here if you need me. If there's anything unclear still, or there's something you want me to touch on, of course, we can make separate videos on that as well. So thank you. I can't thank you enough. Please stick to the words that I'm saying here. That is very important. And if there's anything unclear again, then please feel free to reach out to me. All right. Perfect. Thank you. My catchphrase. All right. Perfect. Thank you. Thank you.